need somebody help, not just anybody help. You know I need someone.
To begin this presentation today, I want to talk a little bit about what email marketing actually is. When it comes to the web presence, the key, most important part of the web presence is your website. That's where all the information about your company will reside and will exist. And that is the fulcrum around which everything else is based. Any of your social marketing, social media activity, any of your email marketing activity is all designed to drive traffic to the website. The website is the most important part of your digital footprint for your company or organization. Email marketing is a very good way to keep your products and services to the forefront of your clients' and customers' minds and get your information right into their inbox, right to their computer screens, and that gives you a competitive advantage in the marketplace over your competitors who may be using some older traditional methods, maybe postcards in the mail or catalogs in the mail, or maybe not doing anything at all, or maybe they've got a website but they're not promoting it effectively. Email marketing is an excellent way to promote your website, and again, your website will have all the key information about your company, your organization, your business, and it may also be where the actual e-commerce transaction takes place. On a product page where they can select the size, put it in their cart, check out, and that commerce transaction takes place on the website. And email marketing is a very good way to drive traffic into that area, make them aware of your products and services, and perhaps even go right through to a conversion and purchase a product online. All right, email marketing in 3 minutes or less. Couple of points of introductory points about email marketing. You want to have an in-house list. So your in-house list you can get from current customers. You could collect an in-house list and contacts for that list at special events, trade shows, that kind of thing. And don't rent the list. That is not good. That would you're going to have very low open rates. And probably a lot of spam reports, and you may get delisted from some of the email marketing services, like a blacklist, black hat type activity would not be good. Very bad for your business, very bad for your brand. Second point here is there are a number of email marketing services available. Okay, I just stopped. Number of email marketing services available, such as Constant Contact, MyEmma, iContact, MailChimp. They're all professional services that you can use in order to put together mailing, email marketing shots, newsletters, postcards, and that kind of thing. Number 3, the subject line, or and what I've referred to as the open rate. The subject line in an email is very important. That is what people will see when they open up their email, whether that's Yahoo or MSN, Gmail. They'll see a list of their emails for the day, and it'll say from and subject. In the from section, you're going to have your company name, your brand would be recommended. And in the subject line, you want to have something that is going to pique the interest. You want to have something that's going to stand out in that inbox, because people get so many emails these days. You don't want to get lost in that mix. You want something that's going to get their attention and cause them to click on the link to open the email. You want to get that email open. And the subject line is probably the most important piece of the puzzle at that stage of the process. You want a good subject line so that people will click on it, and that's referred to as your open rate. You want to have a good open rate where people will actually get the email in the inbox, it gets delivered, and it gets open. Once they open it, we'll move on to step 4, where you want to see in there some compelling content, or if it's a promotional type email, a compelling offer. And this speaks to what we call the click-through rate. Compelling content, again, people get so many emails on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, that if you're going to be emailing your client base or your customer base once a month, you want that information to be relevant, you want it to be timely, and when I say compelling, it's got to be something that really draws them in. It's something they want to see, they want to know about, they want to learn about, they want to get, so that when your email comes in each month, they're quite comfortable and quite happy to open it. Maybe they've subscribed online. Often you'll see on websites a subscribe for our newsletter option, and sometimes people will put in the email address, hit submit, and then your monthly newsletter will go out to the customer, to the subscriber. So each month you want to have some good, compelling content, or a compelling offer. Again, if it's an e-commerce type site, you want to have a good offer, 25% off this month, or buy one, get one. Just things that will cause people that once they have opened the website, you then want them to start clicking on once they've opened the email, you then want them to start clicking on some of the links that will take them to your website, where again that e-commerce transaction can take place. Email marketing is also a very good way to develop that relationship with the customer, with your client base. I guess the alternatives would be telephone calls and, again, catalogs in the mail. Email marketing, I find, is very convenient, very useful in terms of its interactivity. I think is probably one of its, timely fashion is very important and very helpful, but the interactive nature of it, where people can click on a link and go to a specific page, or click on a link and watch a video, educational video, again, maybe promotional, whatever it may be, whatever your company, business, or organization does. So it's not just a one-way flow of information. They can watch a video, they can read an article, they can subscribe to something, they can purchase something. Very timely, and very, actually, number 5 here, also it's very inexpensive. Again, there could be cost savings just in terms of reducing your spend on your annual Christmas catalog or summer catalog, which can be quite expensive for the graphic design element of it, for the printing element of it, and then it's a big timely process, and maybe it comes out quarterly. With email marketing, you put that together very quickly, it's very inexpensive, and it can go out to thousands of people at a time, keeping them informed about your products and services, updates, new product releases, new offers, whatever it may be. So, very inexpensive way of maintaining that relationship with the customer base. And finally, the final point I would like to make in this introductory part is the fact that it's a very, very good return on investment, very good ROI. I feel from experience that it's much better than advertising on Facebook or Twitter or any of the social media. The conversion rates are much better than social media. You'll see a spike in traffic to your website, and one of the great things about these particular services, Constant Contact, iContact, and MailChimp, they give you some great data to analyze exactly what your customers are looking at. They'll tell you your open rates, they'll tell you your click-through rates, they'll compare you against the industry standards, and some excellent data analysis available as part of the service. So I think I'll give you a quick demonstration on one of these. I like to use Constant Contact, and let's have a quick look at how it's actually done. Okay, so we have on the screen here an example of one of these email services. This particular one is Constant Contact. Very easy, it's web-based, which is one of the great benefits of it. You can log in anywhere at any time and create your communications, email marketing communications with your customer base. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to have to sit down to do this next bit, and you can watch the screen. Simply go up here and you log into your account. I'll show you a couple of examples of a postcard option and a newsletter option, and then I'll show you some of the data analysis you can do. These are also can be scheduled at any time. You can work on these at the weekend and then schedule them to go out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. A lot of the data suggests that the best days for sending emails are Thursday or Friday. Like on a Monday or a Tuesday, I'll just let you know while I'm waiting for this to load. On a Monday or a Tuesday, a lot of people come into the office, they got a lot of emails backed up, they're in their weekly work routine, so they're less likely to open email communications unless they're really important. But it seems that later in the week, people are much more conducive, they've caught up on their work, they're feeling a little bit more relaxed. By Thursday or Friday, the open rates seem to be very good. Okay, so here we are, we got logged in. And this is the constant contact kind of like dashboard, homepage kind of area. And there are lots of options here. You can do email. They actually have social media campaigns, which are good also. This is an example of one right here. Again, when I talked about the subject line and the getting click-throughs and opens, etc., I've just clicked on one of the emails, and here's an example of one that was scheduled to go out. I think it went out today. Here you will see the subject line. So this is an example of what the recipient will see. Once they open up the email, once they click on it, what they're actually going to read, their subject line, it would say from Celtic Clothing, in this particular example. The subject would say, last chance to order for Christmas. So that's the that's kind of like it's a subject line that you want to get people to open it. And at this particular one, there's very, very few online e-commerce shopping days left before Christmas. So you want to let them know, this is your last day, this is the last chance. And those types of emails, like with that time constraint, the window's closing, it's your last chance, last opportunity, they tend to get a good click-through, a good open rate. So once they get it open, this is what they will see. Let me just scroll down a little bit. This is the type of thing that the user will see. For example, a couple of things to bring to your notice here. First of all, you have social media integration, very important. People can then take this email and they can share it across Facebook with their Facebook friends and family, their Twitter feeds, their LinkedIn, their Google Plus, whatever social media they're using. I guess the first most important thing I should mention that is noticeable to the user or the recipient is that there's a lot of graphics involved in it. You can see this particular example as I pull the rest of it up on screen. Here you have a good image, and here we have some links. All these links are live links, so it's not just a text email. You've got text and graphics with a very powerful 1-2 punch. This is what the people see when they open up their email. And you've probably seen this a lot yourselves. You know, if you're at Target or Walmart and these guys, whoever sends you the email, and when you open it up, you'll often see graphics in there. And that, again, just helps people get a sense of the product or service, a sense of your business, your brand. And again, the interactive nature of it is phenomenal. People can just click on any one of these links and go to a particular category. For example, if I click on tweed hats right here, it should and will take me directly to a landing page all about tweed hats. It takes you to the landing page on this particular website that is all about tweed hats. And you have to have the correct landing page because there's a user expectation. If it says tweed hats and the user clicks on it, they fully expect to land on a page that shows tweed hats. There's a user expectation. Now, those links have to be accurate and live and functional. This particular one here, this is basically a Photoshop. This is a Photoshop image, 600 wide by 400 high. Put a little bit of text in, put some text effects on it, use Christmas type colors, put a little, this is basically just a little shape with some text on top of it. Anyone who's familiar with Photoshop, I'm sure knows exactly this. It's relatively easy to create. The image itself in the background here, this was a model shot. And often suppliers and companies will provide you with this because you're selling their products and services and they want you to reach out to their customers and to your customers with their products. So that in this day and age, when it comes to e-commerce and when it comes to the internet, any good suppliers worth their salt will provide you with JPEGs and images tons of jobs in the industry for web graphics, for things like this, just even email marketing for companies that are running that email marketing program. Lots of jobs out there, and well-paid jobs also. But anyway, to get back to this particular example, people can click on this, and this whole image is actually one link. It says to click here to see more, but you can actually click anywhere. You click right here, and it's alive, and it takes you right to the landing page where they can go and see whatever products and services they want to get from this particular website. So that's actually what it looks like when people open it up. Let's have a quick little look at one of the options here. Here's a reports option. So you can go into reports, and it will tell you all about the click-through rates, open rates, and all the information you need about, and here's a chart right up top. Here's all the information you need about your click-through rates, open rates. Here, the blue line is actually the industry standard open rate, and the red line is the industry click-through rate. So this particular company is performing quite well. It's above industry standard in both areas. And down here you can see a lot of, here's all the information on bounces. A bounce is an email that could not be delivered. There was maybe it's a non-existent email address. You know, maybe if you're at a special event or a convention and you got some emails, maybe it was transcribed incorrectly, they couldn't read the handwriting, or maybe someone gave you an incorrect email address. So that's what a bounce is. Opt-outs are people who want to opt out of the service. Here you'll see there was 12,582 sent, and we had 31 people here opt out. That's quite normal, that's not a problem. It's very important because it's relevant to CAN spam legislation. In the early days of email, there was a terrible problem with spam. In fact, to this day, there's a lot of people, you know, some Russian criminal outfits spamming. There's new legislation that was brought in called CAN spam, and there's a number of things that e-commerce companies must do in order to be CAN spam compliant. For example, in this particular, you must have an unsubscribe option in any of your promotional material. In fact, spam stands for self-promotional advertising material. And if you don't have that unsubscribe option, then you fall, you will be, how would you say, you fall foul of the CAN spam legislation, and you could be blocked or black-hatted, and you will no longer be able to send emails from that particular address. Other things are that people must opt into your email. You're not allowed just to go get email addresses and put them on the list and send them out to people. Again, you would fall foul of the CAN spam legislation. I should probably go into that in a bit more detail at another time, because it is very relevant to this particular form of marketing. Email marketing is a very legitimate and important form of modern marketing, but there are laws in place that you must be aware of and you must be compliant with. One of them is that you have this opt-out or unsubscribe option available on every email to your users. Here you have your open rates and your click-through rates, so it gives you all the information, and you can decide, well, let's say here's your open rates and click-through rates, so you can see which ones are doing well, which ones not so well, so you can focus in and home in on the type and style of email that works best for your client and best for your industry. In this particular retail industry, the research seems to be showing that the postcard option that I just showed you works extremely well. Here's another option. There's a newsletter style option, for example. Let me just see if I can find one. Here's a newsletter option right here. Have a quick look at it. This is what people will see in a newsletter style. You can see that it's different from the postcard option. You'll see that there's lots of different sections where people can read about a particular product. You have a coupon here available at the bottom. You have social media options here. You have some quick links right here. You have product focuses here, product focus here. And again, if you click on any of these particular options, like if I click right here, it takes you right to the landing page that has the particular hats that you were looking at. And this is what's known as a newsletter style. You can get much more information in a newsletter style. A lot more products. You're talking a lot more about your company, your organization. You can do your product launches, new product releases, latest news, what's happening, what's going on. So again, that's a great opportunity to get some compelling content about your company and your organization. So that was a quick introduction and overview of the discipline and the subject of email marketing. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, Caitlin asks, what does SPAM stand for? SPAM, self-promotional advertising material. Thank you, Caitlin. Okay, Brandon. Yes, Brandon wants to know, what is the most important thing about email marketing? He needs to know. The most important thing about email marketing. Well, don't spam your customer base, because you'll destroy it, you'll kill it. They won't open your emails. Not only will you be open to libel and a lawsuit because you're breaking CAN-SPAM legislation, you're also going to destroy the relationship with your customer base, with your clients. It's very important that you manage that relationship well, that you provide them with timely information, relevant information, and helpful information. Invariably, if people are looking, say they're on a search engine, looking for something, typing something in, they're looking to solve a problem, and people will buy from a business or a company or organization or use their services because they have a problem. Maybe their hair's too long or disheveled, so they got to go to a hairdresser and get a haircut. So that the hairdresser or the barber has solved that problem. And that's what you're doing when you're a small business, an entrepreneur, a medium-sized enterprise. People are coming to companies and organizations looking for you to solve a problem that they have, looking for a solution. Maybe they need to give a gift to a loved one, and you have a particular item that they would like. So you ship it to them and you solve the problem. And like any organization and company, you want repeat purchase. So you have to, in answer to Brendan's questions, the most important thing, I guess everything is important. Not only do you need a good website, not only do you need a good email marketing campaign, but when those orders come in, particularly in e-commerce, you got to process that order. You got to package it up, ship it out, deliver it in a timely fashion. It's got to be a quality product. It's got to look like it looked on the image on the website. The product description's got to be accurate. The price has got to be competitive. So there's a wide range of other business activities that go on in the world of Main Street and bricks and mortar stores that are still relevant in the realm of e-commerce. Okay, Devin wants to know, which email marketing service would I recommend? I would recommend Constant Contact. Okay, Jake asks, what is the best way to create an ad for email marketing? Well, we're going to use Photoshop, Jake, right? Yeah. To create the ad, you're going to need to have some knowledge of a graphics software. Photoshop is a perfect example, and you really get a nice 1-2 punch with the graphics and the text. Photoshop's the way to go.
Help! I need somebody. Help! Not just anybody.